everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's See Me Naturally here, back again with another awesome video. For today I am going to start a natural hair series where I talk about natural hair. I'm going to title it Natural Hair 101. To give you an overview of this video, I'll be talking about the science of natural hair, agents to grow natural hair, and also natural hair typing. So without further delay, let's get into this video. Okay, so to start off, we're going to be talking about the science of natural hair. I found that this was kind of important because in order for us to learn how to take care of our natural hair, we kind of need to know like the science behind our hair. Now, quick disclaimer, I am not a scientist. I do not know everything about natural hair, but I have found some really good resources. So if you see me looking over to the side, it's probably because I'm looking at my notes, because I would rather say the right thing than the wrong thing. So first we're going to start off talking about the anatomy of natural hair. We're going to be talking about our hair shaft, our hair follicle, the bulb at the end of the hair, and then we're also going to talk about the growth cycle. The hair shaft is the very thing that's on the top of your head. It's what everybody sees, and this is kind of the most important part of taking care of our natural hair because that's a part that we actually can manipulate with our hands. Now, your hair shaft or your hair strand is made up of layers. These cuticle layers are the very thing that will determine how much moisture is getting into your hair or out of your hair. And quick note, I will also be making a video on hair porosity where you'll be able to determine what type of hair cuticle layering you have. Back to the note. So understanding the cuticle layering of your hair is very important for determining if your hair is healthy or unhealthy. So for a healthy hair cuticle layering, it's going to be nice and smooth. And for unhealthy hair, it'll be dry, brittle, and you'll be able to tell the difference. For your hair follicle is a part of your hair that lives underneath your scalp, and it produces a lot of natural oils for your hair. Now, as we all know in the natural hair community, we have very thick hair. So yes, our hair produces a lot of its own natural oils, but we also have to add oils to our scalp and to our hair to continue to keep our hair moisturized and to combat dryness and brittleness. The next part of our hair that's under the hair follicle is the bulb. Now, the bulb is that very part of your hair where the growth happens. That is where the blood vessels are, and also where your hair receives a lot of its nutrients for hair growth. Now, if you notice, whenever you're scratching your scalp or massaging your scalp, it feels nice. One of the reasons why is because you are exciting your blood vessels and you're encouraging hair growth. So a tip that I would definitely give is if you're wanting to see your hair grow and you're wanting to excite your roots to encourage hair growth, massage your hair or brush your hair from root to tip. So now we're gonna talk about the hair growth cycle. On average, hair grows about 0.3 or 0.4 millimeters a day, meaning that it grows about 3 inches in half a year or about a total of 6 inches in a year. Now, what's interesting is our hair strands have its own hair growth cycle. There are 3 stages: the anagen, catagen, and telogen. Throughout the anagen phase, that is the main cycle where your hair is growing. Now, one thing to note of the anagen phase is that at any given time, 90 to 95% of your hair is going to be in this phase. It lasts about 2 to 8 years. This is where it's really key for moisturizing your hair, making sure you're protecting those strands, taking care of those strands so that you can keep your hair growing. Through the catagen phase, that is the transitioning phase. It can occur anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. This is where your hair is transitioning from the constant growth stage to a stage of rest. And so the last stage is the telogen phase. This phase is where your hair strand is at rest and where you may see some of your hair follicles or your hair strands coming out, and that is perfectly normal and perfectly fine. We lose hair every day and it is part of the hair cycle. Okay, so I want to give a quick tip. The hair growth cycle is dependent upon a lot of factors. Determining how much your hair grows and how much length you retain, you have to learn about your hair. But a lot of the factors that it includes is your health, your hormones, your genetics, and also how dry or healthy your hair is in general. So here are some things that you can control about your hair growth. You can control your diet, what you eat, what you drink, including how much water you drink, because water is important. And you can also control how you take care of your hair, how you moisturize your hair. Some things that you can't control, unfortunately, are your genetics and your hormones. So if you're wanting to have long, luscious hair by the end of this year because you saw another YouTuber do it, I would not bet on that, because unless that is in your genetics, it's kind of hard to set yourself up for that type of expectation, assuming that your hair is going to grow like that. Now, of course, if you do take care of your hair, you can grow your hair long, but to say it's going to grow like that, it's hard to say because we're all different. So now I want to talk about some agents that you can use to grow your hair. What are some things that you can do to help your hair grow? One thing that I've learned while researching for this video is that keratin is the main protein that is in your hair. So learning a lot about the protein sensitivity that you have for your hair is going to be important for taking care of the hair shaft and also for promoting hair growth. Another thing that's pretty important is learning about biotin. Biotin is a vitamin, and this vitamin contains a lot of fatty acids that is very essential for helping your hair to grow and also for protecting your hair shaft. This is the same thing that is found in eggs and found in a lot of other foods, which can be used as a good deep conditioner. Now, if you go to a store and you look at the hair vitamins that say healthy hair, skin, and nails, you'll notice at the back of the bottle that it contains a high dose of biotin. That is because biotin is the key vitamin that is going to help the health of your hair. Another thing that I've always found to be super important for helping my hair to grow is oils. Now, there are 3 key oils that I use most often, although there are a slew of oils that are super helpful. If there are some oils that you use that I don't mention in this video but you know to work, please leave it in a comment so that we can continue to share this knowledge with everyone. Some oils that I use are coconut oil. I found coconut oil to be incredibly moisturizing. It leaves my hair feeling soft. I can either use it as a pre-shampoo or I can use it just to style my hair, but it's something that my hair always eats up and loves. Another oil is olive oil. Olive oil is another great moisturizing oil. My hair responds really well to it, so I would say definitely try olive oil. The last oil is my favorite oil, avocado oil. Avocado is very essential for helping your hair to grow and also for strengthening your hair. Another agent for helping your hair to grow is deep conditioning. What I've noticed whenever I deep condition is it's adding back that moisture that my hair has lost. And so the main difference between conditioning and deep conditioning is deep conditioning has a lot more oils. It's very thick and you leave it in your hair a lot longer so that it's really penetrating into the hair shaft. The last agent for promoting hair growth that I would add to this list is to try to move away from shampooing your hair. What most shampoos have is sulfate. Sulfate is the ingredient in shampoos that suds up and can remove a lot of your hair's natural oils. And we don't want that, especially because we need the oils. So I would suggest, instead of shampooing, moving to a co-wash, which is basically a mixture of shampoo and conditioner. And that will help to keep a lot of your natural hair oils in while still cleansing the scalp. Whew. Now we are done with the science and anatomy of hair. Now we're going to talk about the nitty-gritty. What is hair texture and what is hair type? So first we're going to begin with hair texture because this part is pretty simple. It's straightforward. And in another video, I'm going to take more time to talk about it. But for right now, I'm going to give a very basic definition of what hair texture is. So now I want to get to the nitty-gritty part of this video. Hair typing. Hair typing is so important in the natural hair community because it's the very thing that determines what type of products you're going to use for your natural hair and also best ways to take care of your natural hair. There are just 4 natural hair typings. We have 1 straight, 2 wavy, 3 curly, and 4 kinky. In all 3 stages, it is also broken down into A, B, and C. Type 1 hair is your straight hair. It's thin and doesn't really hold curl very well. What you will notice in type 1 hair is that the closer you get to C is where it forms into a more wavy pattern. In type 2 hair, it's more of a wavy texture. And as we get down to C of type 2, that's where it transitions into more of a curly pattern. Throughout type 3, which is the curly texture of hair, that's where the curls transition from waves into more of a spiral loose curl. At the end of type 3 C hair, you'll notice that the curl will transition into more of a kinky hair. Now I will say that my hair is type 4, but I have a lot of loose curls, especially depending on how I style my hair. In type 4, you'll notice that the hair transitions from a curly texture to a more kinky texture. It can be tighter curls or transition to a zigzag pattern. At the end of type 4 hair, the most coarse hair may have a really tight zigzag pattern, or there may not be much of a curl pattern at all. But I feel like for most cases, most people will have some sort of curl pattern. So throughout this video, we learned a little bit about the science of natural hair. We learned a little bit about agents that'll help take care of your natural hair. What is hair texture? What is hair type? If there's anything in this video that I left out, please shoot them my way. Definitely leave it in the comment below. Clock me if I definitely forgot something. Like I said, I'm not a scientist, but I am passionate about natural hair, so I feel like this is definitely going to be helpful to someone. So yeah, if you like this video, definitely like, go ahead and comment, and you know what to do. Subscribe. And thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to love yourself. Thanks for seeing me naturally. Bye.